Okay, students, am I perfectly audible? Am I perfectly audible? If I'm perfectly audible, just write a yes on the chat. We'll move forward with our class. Am I perfectly audible? Just write a yes on the chat. Okay. Yes, sir. Let us move forward, sir. What were we discussing, sir, yesterday? We were discussing, sir, foundational values. Sir, foundational values. Sir, aptitude and foundational values was what we were discussing. Okay, students, can you tell me with which foundational value we started our class yesterday? Students, can you tell me with which foundational value we started our class? Sir, we started our class with anybody? We started our class with the foundational value of tolerance. What are we discussing, sir? We are discussing that in future IAS officers, the future civil servants of India, what is required, sir? Sir, tolerance is what is required. In this very context, we are discussing the foundational value of tolerance. Am I clear? Okay, sir. Let us move forward from here. Let us move forward from here. Okay. What we'll do first is we'll continue with this discussion on tolerance. Then we'll discuss the other foundational values. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Let us move forward. Tolerance, sir. Sir, what were we discussing yesterday, sir? Sir, we were discussing that India is a country about lot of diversity, lot of things that you are supposed to accept. A lot of things you are supposed to change in this very country. So what is required, sir? What is required, sir, in this very background? Sir, tolerance is what is required. What is our agenda today, sir? After this foundational value of tolerance, we'll move towards our discussion on next foundational value, that is dedication. That is dedication. Okay. Sir, ego, hatred, jealousy, etc., anger, etc., leads to what, sir? Sir, these very things lead to creation of more intolerance. These things lead to creation of more intolerance. Sir, this much discussion we had yesterday as well. Am I clear? You see, sir, when Indian Constitution focuses the most on the fundamental right, so basically what are we trying to focus? Sir, basically we are trying to focus on the fact that, you see, right to equality. We are saying everybody is equal, everybody having freedom. Sir, what are we talking when we are discussing foundational values in this very context? What are we discussing, sir? We are discussing that India should be moving in the direction of tolerance. The constitutional forefathers, their core idea was that India should be becoming the tolerant country. Am I clear in what I'm saying? Anywhere I'm talking about individual rights, I'm talking about fundamental rights. Sir, what are we discussing, sir, whenever I'm discussing human rights? I'm talking of tolerance. Wherever I'm talking of rule of law, wherever I'm talking of democracy, what am I discussing, sir? Sir, tolerance is what I am discussing. Am I clear? Sir, what is required to create harmonious societies? What is required when we want to create a society filled with harmony? Sir, tolerance is what we require. How diversity can be respected in? How diversity can be respected in pluralistic societies? Sir, it can be respected only through what, sir? Only through tolerance, which makes tolerance such an important foundational values. Sir, they say India is a country of diversity. Sir, India can potentially fight on all the identities, sir. What is important, sir? To manage everything across all the identities. Sir, what is required is, sir, tolerance. This makes tolerance as something very, very important. Am I clear? Sir, this was our discussion on tolerance. So in nutshell, what is tolerance? As we discussed yesterday, as we discussed today, what is tolerance, sir? To accept diverse opinions, to accept diverse beliefs, to adjust with, to live with diverse opinions or diverse beliefs. Am I clear in what I am saying, sir? Everything can be associated with tolerance. Sir, intolerance leads to injustice, inequality, development within the society. Sir, intolerance creates end of free thinking. It creates end of logic. Intolerance leads to end of rationality within the system. Intolerance promotes violence as well. Sir, intolerance leads to narrow-mindedness. Sir, intolerance leads to uncivilized society. So, sir, intolerance can be related with lot of problems. What have we discussed, sir? What have we discussed, sir? Sir, intolerance is what we have discussed alongside tolerance. Am I clear? Please write, my friends, please write tolerance, and we'll discuss intolerance as well, right? Living in harmony, right, please, living in harmony with diverse set of people, living in harmony with diverse set of people, diverse set of people, diverse set of people can be related with tolerance, can be related with tolerance. Further, right? India needs tolerance. India needs tolerance as our country has multitude of diversity, as our country has multitude of diversity, as our country has multitude of diversity, multitude of diversity, vice versa, every identity, right? Indian constitutional fundamental rights, or just write Indian constitution's fundamental rights, Indian constitution's fundamental rights supports fundamental rights, supports fundamental rights, supports tolerance, right? Tolerance leads to creation of, further right, tolerance leads to creation of social capital. Tolerance leads to creation of social capital, social capital. Further right, intolerance is due to, right, intolerance is due to ego, intolerance is due to ego, hate, greed, greed, anger, etc. Ego, hate, greed, anger, etc. Ego, hate, greed, anger, etc. Anger, etc. Anger, etc. Anger, etc. Anger, etc. So this was our discussion on first foundational value, that is tolerance. Okay, sir. Second foundational value that we want to discuss is dedication. Second foundational value, my friends, that we want to discuss is what, sir? Is dedication. Second foundational values is, sir, dedication. Okay, sir. Sir, what they say about dedication? They say about dedication is, what they say about dedication? They say that highest form of, they say, sir, highest form of commitment is dedication. They say, sir, highest form of commitment is what is dedication. Highest form of commitment is dedication. Okay, sir. Now, sir, your generation, sir, commitments are getting broken every day. Am I clear? Some long distance leading to breakage of all the types of commitments. Please understand, sir. So, sir, what is dedication? I said not even commitment. What I said, sir, it is highest form of commitment. Highest form of commitment. You can also say that what is dedication, sir? What is dedication, sir? Sir, passionate commitment is dedication. What is dedication, sir? Passionate commitment is dedication. Am I clear? So, sir, which type of future public servants that India needs? Which type of future bureaucrats that India need? Sir, India needs dedicated bureaucrats. India needs bureaucrats having dedication. Am I clear, sir? Dedication is what is required. Who needs dedication, sir? Sir, future Indian bureaucrats need dedication. Please understand, sir. Please understand, sir. Dedication. Sir, commitment, my friends, is what? Sir, commitment, my friends, is a formal concept. Please understand, sir. Formal concept. What I said, sir? I said that passionate commitment is dedication. Sir, passions are involved, sir. Emotions are involved. Understand, sir? So, sir, inclusion of emotions make dedication just not only formal, it makes dedication as an informal concept, because, sir, subjective emotions are also involved, which makes, again I'll say, which makes dedication as an informal concept. I will repeat. You see, sir, what is commitment? Examples of formal commitments could be not your personal life commitments. Am I clear? Formal commitments, let us discuss. Written. You see, sir, contracts you sign. Sir, you are filling the UPSC forms, you are taking the undertaking, signing the undertaking, all the information that I supply, that I write here is true to the best of my information. Am I clear? So sir, what is this, sir? Commitment that is present. It's a formal concept that is present. Am I clear? But what are we discussing, sir? What are we discussing, sir? We are not discussing just a formal commitment. What are we discussing, sir? We are discussing an informal concept. What is this informal concept, sir? Dedication. Why informal, sir? Just not written formal document, just not commitment. Dedication is my emotional setup also involved, my passionate actions also involved, my passions also involved. Am I clear? So that makes a dedication as an informal concept. Am I clear in what I am saying? Dedication, sir. So sir, what we want in future IAS officers of this country, what we want in future leaders of this very country, we don't want just committed leaders. What we want, sir? We want, sir, passionate leaders. What we want, sir? We want passionate leaders. Passionate leaders is what we want. Am I clear in what I'm saying? Though in general lingo, though in general language, generally what is seen, sir? Generally what is seen, sir? Sir, generally what is seen is, sir, generally what is seen is interchangeably. People are wrongly using both the terms, that is commitment and dedication. But we tried discussing the exact difference between commitment and dedication. Am I clear in what I am saying? Now you tell me, what will create more motivation? What will create higher motivation that somehow, anyhow, I am going to finish this very work? Please understand, sir. So what would create that highest motivation? What would create that highest inspiration that somehow I am going to finish off this very thing? What can create, sir? What can create that highest motivation? Sir, it can be not created just by commitment. It can be actually created by dedication. When I have that passionate action associated with me. Am I clear in what I'm saying? Dedication. Sir, what do dedicated people do? Sir, people, when they are dedicated for a certain cause, for a certain issue, when it comes to certain goal, when it comes to certain examination, clearing that examination, certain purpose in life, certain idea in life, certain ideology in life, certain group in life, certain identity in life. Sir, what happens when people are dedicated for any of these things? What happens when people are dedicated for a certain single person? What happens, sir? Now you may be connecting with your personal life, sir. Sir, why your commitments are breaking very frequently? Because, sir, that emotional passion is not present. It is merely a formal commitment. It is not a passionate commitment. It's not passion plus commitment equal to dedication. So what creates higher motivation? What creates higher inspiration? It is not created by commitment. It is created by dedication. That makes dedication as more important. That is what is actually required in future IAS officer. Am I clear in what I'm saying? Am I clear? When I can give whole of my time to a single cause, to a single purpose, for a single person, am I clear? When I can focus my entirety on a single object, single thing, when I can give all my attention to a single goal in life, that goal for you should be to clear this very examination. When I can channelize all my time, all my efforts, all my priorities for a single goal, for the only goal, that highest form of commitment is what is dedication. Am I clear in what I'm saying? Is the point very clear? So sir, you live in a generation when they say promises are meant to be broken. You see, because promises are more, you see, are more having commitment type, formal character. It is not having an informal character. It is not having a sense of dedication. It is not having a sense of passionate action associated with it. Sir, dedication. When I am dedicated, what happens, sir? Sir, from inside I am channelizing for that very particular goal. That is what is power of dedication. That is what is power of dedication. Am I clear? So this is what is required in future IAS officer. Who are the people who can have more persistence, more patience, more resilience, more hard work? Who can endlessly give attempts after attempts to clear this exam without getting distracted, without losing focus, not focusing on anything else in life, any other exam, any other goal? Who are the people who, when preparing for UPSC CSE, UPSC Civil Services Examination, who are those people who don't get distracted? Who are those people who keep fighting? Sir, commitment just don't work. Sir, dedication is what is required. Am I clear in what I'm saying? Sir, who are the people who keep fighting amid some pressure? Who keep fighting amid huge pressure? Who keep fighting amidst all the challenges, all the problems? Who are those people, sir? Sir, people who are actually dedicated. People who are just not committed but dedicated. Am I clear in what I'm saying? So what have we discussed, sir? What have we discussed, sir? Dedication is what we have discussed. Am I clear in what I'm saying? Sir, commitment is more of a top-down approach. Okay, rules have told you this is what has to be done. Am I clear? Whereas dedication is a bottom-up approach, whereas dedication is something that comes from within. Am I clear? The difference between what, sir? The difference between commitment and dedication. Commitment and dedication. Am I clear? When you can keep doing intense efforts, sir, not commitment but dedication, that is required. Sir, there are people who don't have money, but they keep fighting in life. They have financial constraints, they have all the issues in life, all the problems. Sir, they are not the quitting people. Sir, they keep fighting. In Hindi, they say, Gudadi ke Lal. You see, sir, Lal Bahadur Shastri ji was associated with that very term. Who are those people? Just not committed people. Which type of people, sir? Actually, the dedicated people. Am I clear? So, sir, dedication is something that is highly required. If you are just a committed person, what happens, sir? Sir, they are saying, sir, if just a committed person, sir, some long distance and the relation gone. Am I clear? Please understand, sir. Sir, the point is, sir, that highest commitment is what we are discussing as dedication. Am I clear in what I am saying? Dedication. Okay, good evening, sir. Sir, yesterday records video per net pack issue. I'll check with the management. Yesterday, you know, there were some problems on the app. So it has been sorted. I'll talk to you. You ask this question to me in the next class. I'll answer. What will happen of the yesterday's backup thing? Obviously, every class you will get the backup. Yesterday also you should. I'll talk to the management. What's the issue? What's the status? In practical life, money incentive play bigger role behind fulfillment of commitment. I'll answer this, beta. I'll answer this rather than emotion or purpose driven, happiness driven. Okay. You see, beta, everybody has their own variable. Everybody has their own factor based on which what can be generated, based on which, sir, based on which, sir, what can be generated, based on which, sir, their dedication can be generated. Am I clear in what I am saying? Based on which, sir, their dedication can be generated. Understand what I am saying? Sir, for few people, when they can channelize their energies, sir, for few people, sir, money is a very high motivation which can create an highest form of commitment. For some it could be clearing an exam, for some it could be reputation, for some it could be power, for some it could be fame, for some it could be respect, for some it could be education, for some it could be anything else. Am I clear? There would be some of my friends, you see, the moment you say party as a term, you see they are dedicated. They are forced to do anything to reach to that very party. So that people have their own variable, purpose, emotion, happiness, etc. Am I clear in what I am saying? But as you have asked, I will tell you one thing. People who are just driven by money in their life, people who are not driven by purpose in their life, please understand, sir. Sir, money, if you don't have, it may create motivation. For some, it creates long-term motivation as well. But sir, money has a limited impact. It cannot motivate everybody. Am I clear? I really like people who gets inspired and motivated and driven for a purpose in life, for a goal in life. And if that goal is a selfless goal, I consider those people as the best possible people. Am I clear? So what have we discussed, sir? What have we discussed, sir? Sir, we have discussed the power of dedication. Okay, please write dedication. Write dedication, my friends. So how many people, please answer, how many people here feel they are dedicated for clearing this exam? How many can say, right, dedicated for clearing this exam? If you believe you are, you will keep fighting till the fight is on. You should be, you could be. Am I clear? What you could be, you should be actually in life. How many are dedicated? Nobody writing that they are dedicated. I am dedicated. Now comes the dedicated people. Okay. Dedication. Please write. Please write. Okay. The dedicated people comes in. Right. Dedication. Right. Highest form of commitment. Right. Highest form of commitment. Highest form of commitment is dedication. Highest form of commitment is dedication. 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 Further right. Commitment. Commitment is a formal concept. Commitment is a formal concept. Formal concept, whereas dedication has informal tone associated with it, further right, dedication creates higher motivation, than commitment, right. Dedicated person can apply one's time, attention, or self entirely to a particular activity, cause or person, further right. Dedicated people can fight amid constraints, or hostile conditions, Okay, sir. Dedication is what we are discussing, sir. Dedication, sir. Sir, dedication, for example, sir, you go to a governmental office, you go to a bank, what they say? Lunch के बाद आना. What they say, sir? बाद में आना. They say, sir, वहाँ चले जाना. They say, sir, meet later, come tomorrow. Why they do that very thing? Sir, they do that very thing because, sir, they are not dedicated people. They believe, what the hell am I going to get by working hard, by working continuously, what I am supposed to get, what I am about to get. So they believe they have nothing to gain. Am I clear? But sir, dedicated people don't think in this very manner. They keep fighting. They continuously fight. For example, sir, we want IPS officers to work in the Naxal affected areas. But sir, which type of IAS officers will be able to work better in Naxal affected areas? Sir, just not sir, committed people, committed officers. But sir, the dedicated officers is what they want. Am I clear? You see, bureaucracy, sir, required manpower is not present. Required bureaucracy, financial constraints are present. Required bureaucracy, every type of constraint that is present. Am I clear in what I am saying? So sir, what is required, sir? Sir, dedicated officers is what is required. Am I clear in what I am saying? Sir, dedication is what we are discussing. You will become tomorrow's IAS officer. Sir, politician will be applying pressure on you to become a corrupt person. Sir, your subordinates will apply pressure, your colleagues will apply pressure, people will apply pressure that you become a corrupt person. But then, sir, if you are a person of dedication, you will keep fighting till the end. Am I clear? The spirit of keep fighting is present in whom? The spirit of continuous fighting is present in the dedicated people. Sir, in a system where remaining honest is difficult, getting corrupt is easy. Sir, what is required, sir? Sir, people with dedication is what is required. Am I clear in what I'm saying? So this is what we discussed is dedication. Am I clear? Sir, if you are very honest, you will be transferred by the politicians to keep working wherever you go. You see, this is what is done in an honest capacity by IAS officers like Ashok Khemka. So what type of people are these, sir? These are people who are actually very, very dedicated. Hence, UPSC has introduced dedication as a foundational value within your ethics paper syllabus. Am I clear? We discussed, sir, dedication. Sir, can you tell, sir, under pressure, honest people become dishonest, but not to become dishonest even at gunpoint is what is dedication. Am I clear? Is what is dedication. Am I clear in what I'm saying? Is what is dedication. So we discussed, sir, dedication. Am I clear? Okay, sir. Can you tell me, sir, more example? Can you tell me, sir, more examples of dedication? Now tell me, sir, practical examples of dedication. Please understand, sir, practical examples of dedication. Am I clear? Okay, sir. Practical examples of dedication. Can you tell me, my friends, can you tell me any example in your personal life, in your own life, where you have shown dedication? Any example in your life where you have shown dedication? Any example? Any example in your life where you have shown actually dedication? I'll tell you few examples from bureaucracy where people have displayed dedication. For example, sir, do you know the name of IAS officer Alex Paul Menon? Sir, Mr. Alex Paul as a person was taken hostage by the Naxalites, but such tremendous work the person had done, everywhere he created such good reputation that Naxalites left this person. Am I clear? Treated very well this very particular person. So what have we discussed, sir? Dedication as a concept is what we have discussed. Sir, O.P. Chaudhary, sir. O.P. Chaudhary, sir. Sir, O.P. Chaudhary as the collector of Dantewada has done very good works, even created welfare of the Naxalite people. Which type of people are these? Understand, sir, you are an IAS officer. That Naxalite is trying to kill you, still doing good for everybody, including those Naxalites, their children. Requires what? It requires, sir, dedication. Am I clear? These type of officers is what we are, what we require. You see, Kiran Bedi ji, sir, frequent transfers, was transferred in Tihar jail through crowdfunding, through donations, created a library within the Tihar jail. Am I clear? You see, Kailash Satyarthi, when it comes to, sir, welfare of children, tremendous work as Kailash Satyarthi is doing. Am I clear? Bindeswar Pathak for sanitation, tremendous work that is done. Vikram Sarabhai for space, Homi Bhabha for atomic research, M.S. Swaminathan in the agricultural sector, waterman Rajendra Singh. What are these people? Kept doing things in a very selfless manner. So these are people who are just not committed. These are people who are actually dedicated. Am I clear? I want your examples. Dr. Kalam as an example. My UPSC attempts. Very good beta. Gave dedication. Indoors municipality is becoming best in Swachh Sarvekshan survey. Okay, such examples can be quoted. Am I clear? These are examples of what? These are examples of dedication. Am I clear? Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Dedication. Let's move forward, sir. Let's move forward. First, you write this much about dedication, right? Dedication, right? Right. Dedication leads to perseverance, patience, resilience, hard work, etc. Resilience, hard work, etc. Am I clear in what I am saying? So what have we discussed, sir? What have we discussed? Sir, dedication is what we have discussed. Dedication is what we have discussed. Okay, sir. What we discussed, sir? Dedication is what we have discussed. Am I clear? Okay, sir. Due to reasons related to bullying, I had to change school after doing 11th from commerce mid-session. My new school was only a science school, new school. I worked very hard to clear from PCM. Very good. Okay, sir. So what are these examples, sir? These are examples of dedication. Very good. My students, let us move forward. Sir, one more foundational value that we discussed was dedication. Okay, sir. Let us now discuss, sir. One question. Let us now discuss, sir, one question. Okay. Okay, write a question, right? The true rule, right? The true rule in determining to embrace or reject anything the true rule in determining to embrace or reject anything the true rule in determining to embrace or reject anything is not whether it has more evil than good. Further, right, there are few things wholly evil, or wholly good, Further, right, almost everything almost everything especially of governmental policy, almost everything especially of governmental policy is an inseparable compound of the two, is an inseparable compound of the two, so that our best judgment of the preponderance between them, is continually demanded. Preponderance between them is continually demanded. This is a quote from whom? A quote from Abraham Lincoln. Okay, sir. How much time you have? I'll read the quote again. The true rule in determining to embrace or reject anything is not whether it has any evil in it, but whether it has more evil than good or more good than evil. There are few things wholly evil or wholly good. Almost everything, especially of governmental policy, is an inseparable compound of the two, so that our best judgment of the preponderance between them is continually demanded. Sir, what is our agenda? You have 1 minute. Your time starts. I want your points on this question. Sir, which type of question is this, sir? Sir, basically this is a very simple question. Very simple question. Very simple question, sir. But then, sir, what this question requires from you? It requires your brain. What is so spectacular in this question? Nothing. It is just a very lengthy code. That is the only thing special about this code. Else it's a very simple code. So you should learn this art of writing answers on such detailed codes as well. You have 1 minute. Your time starts. Okay. Sir, what to do with this very question? First of all, sir, there is nothing difficult in this question. Basically, the question is very easy. What is only thing special, as I said, in this question? A very lengthy question. It is nothing else very special in this very question. Okay, sir. Now, sir, what to write, sir? The true rule in determining to embrace or reject anything is not whether it has any evil in it. Sir, what the question is telling you is, sir, basically it's telling you that nothing is perfect, nothing is 100% right or 100% wrong. Nothing is perfectly positive or nothing is perfectly negative. Am I clear? Nothing completely positive, nothing completely negative. Please understand, sir. Nothing positive, nothing negative. Am I clear in what I am saying? Then what is the true rule in determining to embrace or reject? What is right, what is wrong, what to accept, what to reject, what to embrace, what to reject? It's not just 100% good or 100% bad. It is that good should be more than evil. Have you met anybody who is perfectly right, who is always right, who is 100% correct? Sir, they say perfection is a myth about people, about situations, about events, about ideas, about ideologies, Am I clear? Never expect 100% right things. Never expect 100% good things. World is a very imperfect world. Please understand. It is just that good should be more than evil. Am I clear what the statement is writing? There are few things wholly evil or wholly good. Very few things which are 100% right or 100% wrong. Almost everything, especially of governmental policy, is an inseparable compound of two. So best of the best things that you are doing, it will have some or the other worst associated with it. So the worst things you are doing, it will have some or the other best associated with it. Am I clear in what I am saying? So what are we discussing, sir? What are we discussing, sir? Sir, basically we are discussing a very simple fact that nothing is perfect. Am I clear? Things are intermixed. Am I clear? Nothing is perfectly good, nothing is perfectly bad. It is just that comparably, in a comparative manner, good should be more than bad. Am I clear? Then, sir, inseparable compound of the two. Any governmental policy you make, best would have some negative. Very good may have some negative, very negative may have some good. So you cannot do everything perfect. It is just that comparatively the best decision you should be taking. Nothing is perfect, sir. Any decision when taken will make some or the other person happy. Yes, democracy is of the people, by the people, for the people. But there is no decision that can make 100% people as happy. Am I clear? 100% people as joyous. Am I clear in what I am saying? So what have we discussed, sir? Sir, we have discussed a very simple fact that what Abraham Lincoln is saying, a very simple fact that any policy is an inseparable compound of good or bad. Then the last part was, so that our best judgment of the preponderance between them is continuously demanded. So every decision you take, continuously you evaluate, whether it is good or bad, whether it is more good than bad. Nothing is perfect, but is this a necessary evil that should be accepted? Sir, something may be good for me, may not be good for you. Something may be good for India, may not be for other countries. Something may be good for a state, not for the other state. Something may be good for a district. Something may be good for a certain village, not good for some other village. Am I clear in what I am saying? So, sir, what are we discussing, sir? Sir, we are discussing a very simple fact that continuously you need to understand what is good or what is bad. Am I clear? So that our best judgment of the preponderance between them is continually demanded. Something may be right today, may not be right tomorrow. Something may be right for one religion, may not be right for the other religion. Something may be right for the world today, may not be right for the world tomorrow. Am I clear? Continuously we need to examine and keep examining what is right and what is wrong. Am I clear in what I am saying? So what have we discussed, sir? What have we discussed, sir? What have we discussed, sir? Sir, what have we discussed is the core ideas elaborated by Abraham Lincoln. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I want your examples now. All the dimensions, all the levels, ethics you relate, moral thinkers you relate, ethical perspectives you relate, ethical words you relate. Sir, your personal life examples you relate. I want your examples. I want my students to give me points here. The concept of reservation is a boon for some and a bane for others. The LGBTQ committee, some religions against them, but with time and development in people's mindsets gaining more favor and acceptance. Right and wrong also changes with time. At times we should be open, progressive, modern. Am I clear in what I am saying? Right? Unbiased implementation of rule. Fair action must be taken, done as per demand of situation or problem, choosing less evil over more evil. Can we relate this question to utilitarian approach? Yes, maximum good of the maximum number, greatest good of the greatest number, maximum happiness of the maximum number. MSP policy, obviously sir, any policy, some problem always there with the best of the best policies as well. Am I clear? So we discuss, sir, this very quote. Am I clear? Okay, sir. Now, sir, let us move forward. Let us move forward, sir. Any additional point you want to make? Feel free, beta, to write your points, else we will move forward. Okay. Now, sir, we will discuss a moral thinker. Then we will discuss a current affairs. Okay, sir. Sir, very interesting moral thinker. Very interesting moral thinker is what we are discussing. Who are we discussing, sir? We are discussing Friedrich Nietzsche. Very controversial name. Very controversial name. Very controversial name. Please understand, sir. Sir, this very thinker, understand, sir, very clearly. Sir, this very thinker is controversial because this very thinker is targeting a very important concept. Sir, which concept is being targeted by this very thinker? Sir, this very thinker is targeting the institution or concept of religion. This person is targeting the concept of religion. This person is targeting the concept of dharma. You understand now, nothing is more controversial than the matter of faith, than the matter of religion. Understand what I am saying? Sir, Friedrich Nietzsche, understand, sir? Sir, what this thinker is writing, sir? This thinker is writing, sir, God is dead. Understand, sir? So you understand that this thinker would be having lot of critics, sir. So a lot of people tried proving that the thinker was a mad person. Lot of people tried proving that this very thinker, and it was a reality also in lot of timelines, this person was in mental issues as well. So there were lot of people who were hypercritical of this very thinker. Understand, sir? Sir, what is the idea as supported by this very thinker? You see, there are three schools of thought. Understand, sir? Sir, first school of thought is ethical universalism. Sir, ethical universalism believes what? Ethical universalism believes that there are certain rights and wrongs which are always applicable. There are certain rights and wrongs which are always and always applicable. Understand, sir? Always, 100%, in every condition. 100% means 100%, 100% applicable. Sir, always, if this is right, it is always right. If this is wrong, always wrong. So this idea believes that there are some 100% rights, there are some 100% wrongs also that are present. Please understand, sir. Sir, what we discussed, sir, ethical universalism is what we discussed. Then, sir, there is this idea of ethical relativism. There is this idea of ethical relativism. Sir, relative, not universal, not always, it's relative. Do you understand the concept of relative velocity? Please understand, no physics we are discussing. Am I clear? You see, sir, so what would be ethical relativism? What is ethical relativism? What is ethical relativism? Ethical relativism. Please understand, sir. Sir, ethical relativism is an idea that right and wrong depends on situations. Sir, one thing may be right here, may not be right somewhere else. Something may be right for me, may not be right for you. Something may be right for today, may not be right 3 years, may not have been right 3 years back. Something may be right in India, may not be right in some other country. Sir, something may be right for Uttar Pradesh, may not be right for Delhi. Sir, something was right in India in the 18th century, not right today. So, sir, this is an idea that right and wrong changes with people, situations, timelines, events, sectors. So, sir, what have we discussed, sir? Sir, ethical relativism is what we have discussed. Understand, sir? Ethical relativism. Sir, third term is what, sir? Third term is what, sir? Third term is, sir, ethical nihilism. Ethical nihilism. Am I clear in what I am saying? Ethical nihilism. Sir, ethical nihilism. Now, sir, ethical nihilism or nihilistic ideas was the idea as supported by the current thinker that we are discussing. Am I clear? Our current thinker is discussing this very perspective of ethical nihilism. Ethical nihilism. Understand, sir? Sir, what is being stated by this current thinker? Sir, nihilistic ideas. Sir, why this thinker is targeting the concept of religion? Why? The concept of religion is targeted by this very thinker. this very thinker is targeting the concept of religion. Why? This person who is targeting the concept of religion. Why? The concept of religion being targeted. Why targeted, sir? Why targeted, sir? Because, sir, what happens through religion? Sir, religion creates boxes. Religion creates parameters. Parameters of right and wrong. Religion tells you this is polluted, this is not polluted. Religion tells you this to do this, not to do something else. Religion tells you what is right and what is wrong. Doing this is right, doing that is wrong. Am I clear? What is nihilism as an idea that is supported by our current thinker? Nihilism is an idea that no right and wrong exists. Whatever I want to do, I'll do that. Don't put these stamps of right and wrong. Don't tell me what is right. Don't tell me, sir, what is right and what is wrong. Don't tell me these very things. Please understand, sir. Sir, what is nihilism as an idea, sir? Nihilism as an idea is targeting this very perspective of ethics only. Nihilism as an idea that no right and wrong exists. Nihilism is an idea that right and wrong is just a myth that is present. Am I clear in what I am saying? As per this thinker, religions have uselessly created irrational ideas of right and wrong, illogical ideas of right and wrong. Am I clear? You see, sir, as per this thinker, no right and wrong exists. Why uselessly to create these hierarchies that this is right, very good, this is wrong, very bad? As per this thinker, ethical nihilism should be followed. Am I clear in what I am saying? So obviously, sir, because you are targeting religion, for example, you are saying that close the studies of ethics. Don't tell people what is right, what is wrong. So tomorrow people will go in streets and start slapping people. Because no right and wrong. What is the mistake I have committed when I am trying to beat people? There is no mistake that I have done. So what is this, sir? What is this, sir? What is this, sir? This is, sir, ethical nihilism. What is this, sir? Ethical nihilism. Am I clear in what I am saying? Ethical nihilism. Am I clear? Okay, please write this, then we will move forward. Yes, ethical relativism is directly related with the question we have discussed today. It was same thing, continuous preponderance that is required. Keep fighting, keep understanding what is right or what is wrong in a continuous manner. Very good. Am I clear? Very good. Okay, sir. Okay, there is one more point. Plastic banned, but plastic producing industry is impacted negatively. Okay, points understood, sir. Best of the best things. There would be some negative, and believe me, on the most negative things also there could be some positive. Am I clear? We all pray that sir, nobody should get any disease. But then, sir, if nobody will get any disease, then what will happen to the future of? What will happen to the future of doctors? Am I clear in what I am saying? Is my point very clear? So what we have discussed, sir? Sir, we have discussed the thinker's idea of ethical nihilism. Am I clear? Okay, sir. Please write this much, right? This thinker is criticizing the concept of religion. criticizing the concept of religion, Further right, he belongs to the school of ethical nihilism. He belongs to the school of ethical nihilism. Further right, there were many critics of Friedrich Nietzsche. There were many critics of this thinker, many critics of this thinker who targeted him for lack of clarity on ethics, So what have we discussed, sir? What have we discussed, sir? We have discussed one more thinker. Okay, sir. Let us now move forward. Okay. Now what we'll discuss, sir? A current affairs topic is what we will discuss. Which current affairs topic? Which current affairs topic is what we are going to discuss? Sir, we are going to discuss the topic of euthanasia. Anybody who can tell me very fast, we'll have a very quick discussion. We have other agendas also to cover in today's class. Anybody who can tell me, I want everybody actually to tell me what is euthanasia. I want everybody to tell me what is euthanasia. Euthanasia is also known as mercy killing. It's also known as mercy killing. Anybody, what is euthanasia, my friends? Everybody expecting somebody else to give the answer. Death by wish in a medically critical situation. Okay. Iksha mrityu. Sir, what is euthanasia, sir? It is mercy killing. What is euthanasia, sir? Euthanasia is, sir, mercy killing. So, sir, I'll explain first what euthanasia is. Then we will discuss arguments about euthanasia from both the sides. Arguments in support of euthanasia, arguments against euthanasia as well. Arguments in support, arguments against euthanasia as well. Okay, sir. Euthanasia, sir. Euthanasia. So, sir, this term, the term euthanasia, the theory of three schools of thoughts, no need to write, sir. We'll cover this topic later in more detail, though I have explained you the crux, but I'll again discuss this topic. You see, I was discussing Friedrich Nietzsche. Hence, I discussed just very briefly what is ethical nihilism. Am I clear? But then all the three schools are part of our later point of syllabus. So, I have not dictated on these three terms. Am I clear in what I am saying? Painless killing, okay, the concept of death in a medically critical condition, Aruna, Ramchandra Shambag case, Aruna Shambag case, death by wish in a medically critical situation. Okay, please understand, sir. So, sir, this case of this euthanasia as a term became very famous in India through the Aruna Shambag case. What was the case? Aruna Shambag was a nurse who was brutally raped, and she came in a permanent vegetative state, basically in a coma type condition. So artificially through life support system, hospital was continuing her life. Because she was a nurse, she had friends within the medical fraternity. Hence, you see, free of cost, she was getting such treatment. Am I clear in what I am saying? Please understand, sir. Now, sir, the matter went till judiciary because one of the lawyer raised this matter in front of judiciary. What was the matter that was raised in front of the judiciary? That, sir, her life should be ended. Matter was raised in front of judiciary. Why? Sir, the question that was raised was, there is no quality of life that is associated with the life of Aruna Shambag. Am I clear? Because, sir, she is in that coma condition for years. Am I clear? Just artificially through life support system, you are trying to continue the life of this very lady. Hence, her life should be ended. Because she had friends in the medical fraternity. They never wanted that Aruna Shambag's life should be ended, because friendship was present, because emotional connections that were present. Am I clear? Now, sir, in this very judgment, what was told by? In this very judgment, what was told by? What was told by the judiciary? You see, as per the Supreme Court of India, the judgment said that India is permitting what? As per this judgment, India is permitting passive euthanasia. But Honorable Court rejected active euthanasia. So we should first also understand these terms, active euthanasia and passive euthanasia. Let us understand these terms, active euthanasia and passive euthanasia. Understand, sir? What is, sir, active euthanasia? Sir, actively killing a patient is active euthanasia. What is that active euthanasia? For example, sir, directly giving poison. For example, sir, directly giving poison to any person could be active euthanasia. Okay, chalo. Poison is a very dreaded term, so I'll use a softer term, that is giving somebody a lethal injection. But the idea is same only. Am I injecting something that is lethal or poisonous? You see, sir. So court said that we won't be going for active euthanasia. Doctors, medical staff, nurses, ward boys cannot inject anything. You cannot go there and kill that very person. Please understand, sir. But then, sir, what was permitted by the court? Court said that you remove the life support. You can remove the life support system. Court said that passive euthanasia can be done. Court said that you remove the life support system. Am I clear? The person should die by himself or herself. Am I clear? You just can remove the artificial life support system. The medical intervention you restrict, but you cannot actively kill that very person, though the result is same. A lot of people criticize court that, sir, lethal injection will lead to fast death, which will create less pain. Active euthanasia will lead to faster death, lesser pain. Am I clear? You see, in America, what they are doing in capital punishment, they are not hanging the person. What they are doing, sir, they are injecting lethal injection, easier death they are trying to give to those very people. Am I clear in what I am saying? So, sir, what have we discussed, sir? What have we discussed? We discussed the stance as taken by the Indian judiciary. What was the stance as taken by the Indian judiciary? Sir, what was the stance as taken by the Indian judiciary? Indian judiciary said that said a no to active euthanasia, supported passive euthanasia. Am I clear in what I'm saying? Is my point very clear here? Okay, sir. We discussed this status quo, but interestingly enough, court said that passive euthanasia would not be given to Aruna Shambhag. Later she has died in a natural manner, but in that very case, passive euthanasia was not given to that very lady. Now I want to ask my students, how many of you support euthanasia? How many of you don't support euthanasia? How many of you support? How many of you don't support the concept of euthanasia? How many support? How many don't support the concept of euthanasia? I want your reasons. I'll give you reasons on one side, you criticize those reasons, generate points on the other side. Then sir, you write points on the other side. Am I clear? Criticize those points and write points on the other side. What is the conclusion? Conclusion is the status quo as India has. What is the status quo that India has? We have said a no for active euthanasia. We have said that passive euthanasia can take place. But sir, we have said that passive euthanasia can take place only on case-to-case basis. What is this case-to-case based philosophy? That sir, there is no rule that we have created in our country that everybody who wants passive euthanasia will be given passive euthanasia. The medical team would be deciding, expert medical team would be deciding whether passive euthanasia should be given or should not be given. So we have not given people right to die through passive euthanasia. It is the medical expert fraternity that will decide whether passive euthanasia should be given or should not be given. Am I very clear in what I am saying? So I discussed this topic. I'll give you points on both the sides. One side I'll give you the point, the other side points would be part of your homework. Write those points, get those points evaluated from me. If I have missed any evaluation, please tell me. Am I clear in what I am saying? Okay, very busy these days. Multiple classes, other sectors, activities as well. Okay. Sir. Okay, sir. Arguments in support of euthanasia. Sir, first argument is the debate of quality of life versus quantity of life. The first argument is, sir, a debate of quality of life versus quantity of life. Sir, first argument is, sir, what is the use of prolonging somebody's life when that life has no quality? Am I clear? Then sir, next argument in support of euthanasia. Why euthanasia is ethical? Sir, because sir, India is still a developing country. Understand sir? India is still a developing country. Sir, India is a country with limited tertiary health infrastructure. So sir, we have limited infrastructure, sir. Sir, if that very limited infrastructure would be going towards patients who are there for years, for decades, sir, we don't have then infrastructure which will help other people as well. So what should take place, sir? 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 Take place, sir? Sir, euthanasia should take place so that to free those life support system which can save lives of lot of other people. An argument in support of euthanasia. Am I clear? That is based on limited infrastructure. Next argument, sir. Next argument in support of euthanasia. Sir, next argument in support of euthanasia is, sir, entire family or relatives are emotionally attached to their single individual. They sell off their property, they sell off their everything. You see how high medical costs are in this country. Am I clear? So sir, emotionally people, they drain their everything, all the assets, their time. Sir, for a person whose lives anyway don't have any quality, an argument in support of euthanasia. Sir, few people suffer from unbearable pain in their life. Am I clear? Unbearable mental or physical issues. Sir, it's better at times to give them mercy killing. Am I clear? Sir, yesterday you see in continuation we were trying to discuss a topic of Santhara. Sir, indirectly you see there are certain religions which even certain cultural concepts which even permit such concepts, though obviously euthanasia and Santhara are two very different terms. Am I clear in what I am saying? I want my students now to give me points. Pyare bachcho, now you give me some points. I don't support, sir, as it can be misused easily, as credibility of doctors is already questioned. Okay, you see, you don't like COVID warriors. And also, sir, if condition of patient is really critical, he will die by self in little time. Okay, the concept can be misused, unethical. You cannot create life, you should not end those lives as well. Lot of religious ideas say you should keep fighting till the end. Why to go for shortcuts like euthanasia? Am I clear in what I am saying? So I understood what you tried telling here. I support the passive one, right to life, obviously, but then there are a lot of arguments there. Right to life of that very person, though a lot of people say that if you have not given, you see, you have not explicitly related right to life with right to death as well. Am I clear in what I am saying? So we discussed, sir, few arguments. I want my students know free will, nothing like free will. Am I clear? You see, yes please. Sir, relatives may misuse this concept. Sir, for property dispute, they'll tell, kill that very person so that they get the property. There could be lot of misuse. Joint family structures breaking in this country into nuclear family. There could be lot of potential misuse of such concepts like euthanasia. Am I clear in what I am saying? Is my point very clear? Okay, sir. Any other point, sir? Tell me, sir, political point in support, social, cultural, religious, economical. Please tell me. Institutional, constitutional, governance, health, education, sanitation. Generate dimensions. Sir, miracles do happen. You have given passive euthanasia. Some country may discover a drug which may cure this person, then what? Am I clear? Person once transferred to heaven can never return back. Am I clear in what I am saying? So what have we discussed, sir? What have we discussed, sir? Sir, we have discussed few arguments on euthanasia. I want more arguments from you. I want more arguments from you for or against euthanasia. Sir, the word limit of the answer. Sir, this is not a question that we discuss per se. We are trying to learn that ethics is present in current affairs also. Ethics is present in reality as well, practicality as well. Am I clear? But then if you are asking word limit for ethics, only one word limit, that is, write this as a 10-marker question for 150 words. Am I clear? Just write a question, critically discuss ethicality of euthanasia. Am I clear in what I am saying? Okay, sir. We discussed a current affairs topic as well. Okay, my friends. Now, sir, please pay attention to what I am saying. What have we covered, sir? Sir, the chapter of attitude we have covered, the chapter of emotional intelligence that we have covered. Then, sir, we have covered moral thinkers, sir. We have started one more chapter of aptitude and foundational values. Aptitude we have discussed, foundational values we are discussing. So every class what I would be doing from here on, I'll try to discuss one foundational value. Am I clear? One by one we'll discuss foundational value. Today we covered a foundational value. We finished a foundational value of tolerance. We also finished a foundational value of dedication. Am I clear? Every class we will keep discussing one foundational value. Okay, sir. Now, sir, let us start with one more chapter. Emotional intelligence, attitude done, moral thinkers, one per class we are trying to cover. Foundational value also one per class that we will try to cover. Never question the order of syllabus coverage. It has been designed for your better understanding only. Okay, sir. Now, sir, next chapter, sir, we would be discussing is first chapter as per the syllabus. That is, sir, ethics in human interface. Ethics in human interface or ethics and human interface. First of all, why human interface so important? Because, sir, still today Indian system, Indian bureaucracy, Indian governance model, Indian political systems, they are human driven. We are still not that digitalized India where technology can solve everything. Sir, good people as IAS officers the country needs. Am I clear? So, sir, ethics and human interface becomes a very important point of discussion. Am I clear? Let us start with what, sir? Let us start with this very chapter. Let us start with this very chapter of ethics and human interface. Ethics and human interface. Okay. Let us move forward. First topic, let us start with right. Right, sir. First topic, you write. Very interesting topic, sir. Very, very interesting topic. Right, sir. Determinants of ethics. Next topic, right, sir. Determinants of ethics. Determinants of ethics. Determinants of, sir, determining factors is what we are trying to understand. What determines ethics? Why we have started with this very topic? Because you will relate to the question also that we discussed today. What are determinants? Determinants are factors for anything. Factors that lead to formulation of anything. Those are the determinants that are present. Those are the determinants that are present. Am I clear in what I am saying? Determinants of ethics or factors which contribute to the formulation of ethics is what we are trying to discuss. Sir, in this very discussion on determinants of ethics, always remember the three basic words, PPT. What is PPT, beta? Sir, how many foundational values are there? प्यारे बच्चे, read the syllabus कभी कभी. Most important thing in your preparation is what? प्यारे बेटे, most important thing in your preparation is sir syllabus. Then what is second most important? Second most important is past year questions. So beta, I am reading the syllabus of the chapter on aptitude and foundational values. The syllabus is aptitude and foundational values for civil service. Now start counting. First is integrity, second is impartiality and non-partisanship, third is objectivity, fourth is dedication to public service, fifth is empathy, sixth is tolerance. Am I clear? Tolerance and compassion towards the weaker sections. Am I clear? I mean, you will cover all. Yes, beta, I would be covering every foundational value, one by one per class. Roughly one per class from here on, that I would be discussing about the foundational values. Okay, beta. Let us move forward, sir. What are we discussing, sir? What are we discussing, sir? Sir, PPT is what we are discussing. PPT is what we are discussing. PPT. What is PPT? Sir, PPT is not your PowerPoint presentation. What is PPT that we are trying to discuss? Person, place, and time. Understand, sir? Sir, relate to our discussion on ethical relativism. This is what ethical relativism was saying, that ethics or right and wrong depends on what? Ethics or right and wrong depends on person, depends on place, depends on time. Please understand, sir. Please understand, sir. Person, place and time. Ethical universalism, it does not, ethics don't depend on right and wrong, don't depend on anything. Am I clear? It does not depend on anything. Please understand, sir. Ethical nihilism, the concept of ethics only is not present. Nothing like good, nothing like bad. So this PPT is part of what? I said today also in class we will indirectly discuss again. And then I will dictate about the three terms, that is relativism, universalism and nihilism. Understand, sir? So let us discuss the determining factors of ethics. When I say something determines ethics, obviously I am talking of ethical relativism. Am I clear in what I am saying? Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, first P is what, sir? First P is what, sir? First P is, sir, person effect. First P is what, sir? Person effect. Person effect. Let us start with the first P, that is the person effect. Sir, you tell me, sir, how with people right and wrong changes? How with people right and wrong changes? I'll give you a few examples. I want your examples as well, my friends. You see, sir, thinkers versus feelers. Thinkers versus feelers. Sir, few people, they think in a cognitive manner through logic, rationality of brain. They decide their right and wrong. Few people through their emotions, they decide their right and wrong. You write on the chat how many thinkers in this class. You write on this chat. You write on this chat how many feelers in this very class. How many thinkers in this class? How many feelers in this class? How many people deciding right and wrong, what to do, what not to do through emotions? How many deciding them through their cognition, through their brains? Yes, please. So, sir, one example of the person effect, somewhere in between. You see, sir. First example of person effect, how with different people, the right and wrong changes. Am I clear? Then, sir, any other example, sir? You see, sir, how to do, what to do, where to do, why to do it or not, depends on one more person effect. That is, one more person effect. That is, sir, whether the person is an optimistic person versus whether the person is a pessimistic person. Neutral, mixture of both. Okay, sir, neutral. You see, sir, the point is, understand, sir, what are we discussing, sir? What are we discussing, sir? Optimistic people have their own style of right and wrong, how to deduce ethics. Sir, pessimistic have their own style. Sir, people who are emotionally intelligent, they have their own style of right and wrong, versus people who lack emotional intelligence. Sir, people based on their genetics may also have different conceptions of right and wrong. Sir, person effect, person having very good finances may have his or her own right and wrong versus some other person lacking resources. Am I clear in what I am saying? Is the point very clear? So what have we discussed, sir? Person effect is what we have discussed. Understand what I am saying? Person effect is what we have discussed. Okay, sir, person effect. Can you give me more examples? How, as per you, this person effect is present? Balanced use of both kind and emotion, yes? Yes, sir. Can you give me any other example of this person effect? Any other example of this person effect? Whether that person is part of your family or not, your right and wrong changes, whether your relative or not, whether insider, whether outsider, whether your friend or your enemy. Sir, right and wrong changes. Am I clear in what I am saying? So the person effect also matters in determining right and wrong. But sir, Buddha's impact on Ashoka's right and wrong before and after the Kaling war, I got what you were trying to say, my friend, here. Please understand, sir, person effect. But sir, is right and wrong just dependent on the subject or the person? No, sir. It depends on place as well. It depends on the situational factor, the contextual factors, the environmental factors as well. Please understand, sir, the environmental factors as well. Please understand, sir. Please understand, sir. What are we discussing, sir? The place effect is what we are discussing. Please understand. You give me now the examples on the place effect. The country cannot run with feelers. At the field, the nation needs thinkers there. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I understood what you tried communicating here. As Gandhiji put the light of directions in the lives of people. You tell me now the place effect, sir. Place effect, sir. How place effect also matters. For example, sir, pornography. Sir, it's a taboo when it comes to a country like France, but obviously not a taboo when it comes to lot of other countries. Sir, when it comes to hardline, very conservative Roman Catholic countries, sir, abortion is something that is a bigger taboo in comparison to even other countries or other Western countries or countries driven by other forms of Christianity. Am I clear? So the place also matters. You see, sir, When it comes to suicide, Japan more open in comparison to the other country. What are we discussing? With different countries, with different places, with different contexts, different environments. Right and wrongs that are changing. Am I clear in what I am saying? How many have visited United States of America? I have seen a very funny thing. You see the Indian people in United States of America, they are eating something. They are taking the wrapper in their hand and carrying that wrapper for kilometers to throw that very wrapper at a proper place. Am I clear in what I am saying? So what matters here is, what matters here is, sir, what matters here is place effect. That with place, sir, right and wrong changes. Ethics changes. Am I clear? Right and wrong very different in democratic countries than in dictatorial countries. Am I clear? You go to United States of America, what I was saying as a very interesting thing that is present. You see the people carrying wrappers in their hand, they are throwing in the dustbins only. They are keeping that wrapper in their hands for kilometers, waiting for the right opportunity. But those same people in India will throw anything, anywhere. Place effect, sir, place effect. That matters. Am I clear in what I am saying? Sir, you see open defecation. Sir, in rural areas, okay, normal. What is so wrong? What is so problematic? Sir, they are going to Nadi Kinare, am I enjoying the fresh air and defecating. You see, right in the open. But sir, place effects are more of a taboo. When it comes to the urban, and very strong taboo when it comes to the metropolitan areas. Am I clear in what I am saying? Place effect that we discuss in culture, societies, civilizations, ideas, ideologies that are very individualistic in their nature or hyper individualistic in their nature have different right and wrong in comparison to societies or cultures that are very collectivistic in nature. Am I clear? So right and wrong changing with place. Am I clear in what I am saying? Is it very clear? Sir, place effect also that I discussed. Am I clear? Sir, third effect is what, sir? Sir, third PPT. Third is, sir, the time effect. Now you tell me, beta, how timelines also change right and wrong. Sati system, Rajaram Mohan Roy, 1828 Brahmo Samaj, 1829 abolition of Sati. Sir, Sati was okay, normal. You see, females undergoing Sati were respected, Sati Mata temples. But then, sir, 2022, 194 years later, post Brahmo Samaj, post Rajanam Mohan Roy. Sir, we treat Sati system as a very big taboo. Am I clear? So, sir, what have we discussed, sir? We have discussed with time the ideas of rights and wrong always changes. Am I clear in what I am saying? Time effects are that we were discussing. There was an apartheid era, there was an era of slavery. But then, sir, things change with time. Great people come, the Nelson Mandela, the Abraham Lincolns. The rights and wrong changes. So, sir, the time effect also matters in deducing right and wrong. You see, there was an era about female infanticides. But, sir, at least today we have corrected ourselves. Among very less cases or minuscule or zero cases of infanticide that are seen. Maybe the feticide is still, but the feticide, female feticide might be still present. Am I clear in what I am saying? Sir, India under the colonial clutches, sir, rights and wrong were very different. Then India about this 21st century free India. India pre-LPG, post-LPG, the ideas of right and wrong changes. Am I clear in what I am saying? What have we discussed, sir? Sir, the time effect is also present. Am I clear on LGBTQ issues? Right and wrongs are changing. Okay, sir. I understood. My friends, give me more example on PPT now. Time is the most important factor, as with time, culture, traditions and even mindset changes takes place. One should become sensitive towards people by using mental resources in decision making, policy making. I understood euthanasia in different countries. Okay, beta, I understood what you tried communicating. I understood what you tried communicating. Am I clear? The PPT effect. Right, please, determinants of ethics, right? Right, the three basic factors of PPT are always present, PPT are always present, right? First, right, person, right? Few examples: thinkers versus feelers. Person, right? First example, right, thinkers versus feelers. Second, right, genetics. Genetics of the person also deciding lot of times. Am I clear? Rights and wrong, goods and bads. Genetics. Third, right, optimistic versus pessimistic. Third, right, sir, optimistic versus pessimistic. Fourth, right, sir, financial status. Financial status. PPT. Second, right, sir, place effect. Second, right, sir, place effect. Right? Examples, right? Issues like, in points, right, abortion, open defecation, right? Democracy versus dictatorship, etc. Rights and wrong changes with place, or the country, or the society, or the culture, or the civilization, or the religion. The place also matters. Something may be right in North India, may not be right in Southern India. Something may be right in different places. Something right in hilly areas, not right in non-hilly areas. Place effect also matters. Third, right, sir, time effect. Third, right, sir, time effect. Right, please, sir. Right. Time effect. Right. Examples, right. Intercaste marriages, slavery, female infanticide, sati system, etc. Okay, sir. Now, sir, I will just very fast, I will read out a case study and we'll discuss this case study in the next class. Very interesting case study. Just I'll take at max your 5 minutes. Okay, sir. Case study. Pay attention, beta, and understand what I am telling you. Very simple, sweet case study. Okay. You are heading a leading technical institute of the country. You are heading a leading technical institute of the country. The institute is planning to convene an interview panel. Shortly under your chairmanship. for selection of the post of professor. The institute is planning to convene an interview panel shortly under your chairmanship for selection of the post of professors. A few days before the interview, you get a call from the personal secretary of a senior government functionary seeking your intervention in favor of the selection of a close relative of the functionary for this post. The personal secretary also informs you that he is aware of the long pending and urgent proposals of your institute for grant of funds for modernization, which are awaiting the functionary's approval. He assures you that he would get these proposals cleared. I will reread and explain this case study. You are heading a leading technical institute of the country, head of a technical institute. The institute is planning to convene an interview panel shortly under your chairmanship for the selection of the post of professors. You will be basically heading the interview panel. A few days before the interview, you get a call from the personal secretary of a senior government officer, of a senior government functionary. You get a call seeking your intervention in favor of the selection of a close relative of the functionary for this post. The call asking you that you select this person who is a relative of that government functionary. The personal secretary also informs you that he is aware of the long pending and urgent proposals of your institute for grant of funds for modernization. The PS also informs you, the personal secretary, that your funds for the organization needing to be cleared, which are awaiting the functionary's approval. This government functionary on behalf of whom I am calling has to approve the funds. You will not get the funds implicitly, or you will get the funds if you will do what the government functionary is telling you to do. He assures you that he would get these proposals cleared. Write the question. We will discuss this case study tomorrow. Very simple questions. Please write, my friends. Write. First write, what are the options available to you? What are the options available to you? Evaluate each of these options. Evaluate each of these options and choose the option which you would adopt, giving reasons. Evaluate each of these options and choose the option which you would adopt, giving reasons. What are the options available to you? Evaluate each of these options and choose the option which you would adopt, giving reasons. Okay, I'm just giving you 1 minute to brainstorm. Just brainstorm for a minute and just write on the chat few options. I want to discuss these options tomorrow. I want to discuss this case study, these questions tomorrow. You have a minute. Don't run away, beta. Write the options, then only you go. You have a minute. Your time starts. Sir, few people have written the point on the previous discussion, monarchy to democracy. Very right. Sir, society is dynamic. Laws are for people. People are not for laws. Yes, laws should change. They say change is the only constant as present. Those countries don't do changes in act time to time is more happy and alive country. Very good. Rigid, feudal mindset based country, conservative countries, regressive countries are just not a problem for their own people, for their own culture, civilization, society. Sir, they are a threat to the world in totality. Voting rights for women. Okay, I am understanding, but this is a time for brainstorming on case study. My students, your options, you had a minute, your options, your points I need. Beta, if you are not writing point, we will not end this class. You have to tell me some points. Okay, in detail I would be discussing tomorrow, I understand. But sir, some points I need from you. Else I will follow Hat Dharmita. That is, will not be ending the class. Okay, I am understanding. I am understanding. You see, brains have stopped working. Sir, 2 hours have passed. No issues, my friend. My friends under silent protest. We will meet tomorrow. Any doubts, please write. Any doubts, please ask. Else, we will meet tomorrow. Am I clear? Do attend the class tomorrow, an important class. Don't treat a Friday as a thank God it's Friday, weekend time. We'll meet tomorrow. Stay happy, stay energetic. We'll meet tomorrow. Any doubt, feel free to ask always. If I miss any response for your doubt, just remind me again. Following the process of selection with fair means. We'll discuss all these points tomorrow. Any other doubt? No doubt. Stay happy. We'll meet tomorrow. All the best. As it's a leading institute of the country as per question, then I will convince him by giving a reference that it's a reputed one. Yes, one of the arguments. Yes. Any other point you can write, any other doubts you can write. I'll wait for some time. For everybody else, the class has ended. We are meeting tomorrow. Okay, nothing on the chat. We'll meet tomorrow. I'm ending the class. Go with the fair process. Okay, one of the arguments. Any other argument? I'll wait for a few seconds. No argument? Okay, please brainstorm. We'll meet tomorrow. I'm ending the class. All the best.